let's finally talk about one of the coolest events that I've had the privilege of attending, the Cambridge Economics and Finance Competition Global Round. Now, if you don't want to watch the whole video, I do have a summary of the notes I'll be looking through just to remind me since it was at the beginning of the month. But yeah, if you don't have a degree in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, that one might be hard for you to understand. Anyways, so basically, I didn't realize that the organizers weren't providing accommodation, so there was kind of a last minute scramble, and then there was some like booking.com like situation and everything. But long story short, I got the accom. I was staying in a hostel, which was pretty calm to be fair. It was a good experience regardless. But yeah, so day one, reached the hostel, packed my bags. Oh shoot, yeah, I was packing my bags like 2 hours before going to the trip, which was 5 days long. So yeah, it was a bit of a last minute scramble there. Day one was the evening. So reach at 6 p.m. or like the day will start at 6 p.m. And the first day was a formal dinner at St. Catherine's. Now, me and my friend who I went with got there kind of early. And fortunately enough, there were two other people standing outside the gate early with us. And they were the other two people from the UK. So since it's a global round, there were people from all the different countries. And the UK people, there were four of us. They were just standing there looking kind of nervous. Naturally, I was terrified as well, but I just went up and said hi because everyone's like, that's what you have to do. You just have to say hi, break the ice, and you're in. Hi, they were pretty calm guys actually. They was like good to talk to, nice and comfortable. So we became friends quite quickly, I'd say. The meeting point time it was like 6:30, but the people they came late because of like traffic and stuff. Fine, fair enough. So we ended up going in around probably 7. And then we had a nice photo shoot with like all the different countries. Like no one, I don't think any of the different countries had spoken to each other that much since then. But yeah, we were all taking our photo shoots. It was kind of cool, the background as well. Cats is like a really nice college. So that was quite exciting just to see everyone holding up their flags and realizing that this was like international. So for us, we only took maybe a 2-hour car journey, but for them, they took like 10-hour plane journeys, which was insane. Yeah, so then we go in the hall. The tables are completely randomized, which was probably the best thing to be fair, since you don't really want to sit next to people you know. You're trying to make friends, like meet new people at the event. So yeah, just sat at the tables. Everyone was in like their nice. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Basically, the organizer said first day formal wear. So we're pulling up in suits and ties. Like me, I'm in the tux because obviously have to represent. The other guys were in like some kind of not as formal clothes. I don't know. It was like jeans and like t-shirts for some of them. Basically, we were just overdressed. But it's better to be overdressed than underdressed. That's calm. That was like it was still a lovely vibe, stuff like that. In the hall, literally, I was my table was kind of calm to be fair. We were just talking. Me and the person were making fun of the person in front because she was like a really picky eater. She would only eat like cabbage, or she only enjoyed eating cabbage or like tomatoes, whatever. I don't really remember the details too much. But yeah, that was a good time pass. Got to know everyone, what subjects they were taking, where'd they come from, stuff like that, which was pretty exciting, pretty interesting. So it was a standard kind of like 3-course meal stuff. First course for me was this like mushroom soup. I'm not a big mushroom fan, but I ate it and it was nice. Good saltiness. It was very savory. Probably rated like 7 or 8 out of 10. It was good. I can't lie. I don't know how we passed the time, but we just like spoke, introduced each other. Man, I'd say that was probably the best ways to have started off the program. It's just with a completely random table, kind of like just getting to know people. Oh wait, before we went into the dinner, there was like a meeting kind of like room where we had like juice and stuff. That was probably the most awkward thing like ever because I did not know how to interact with everyone. And the people were taking photos of because like me and my friend we were brown, the two British people, and then we also had the other two British people who were white. So they were just taking photos of us talking. Like I don't know if they thought we were like part of the Indian group, and that like it was just like to show we were mingling stuff like that. But yeah, it was kind of funny. After that, it became a lot easier to speak amongst like the people that you met, which was pretty calm. And the next meal, I have no clue what that next meal was. It was like kind of like a potato. I don't know what the main like substance was. I didn't really eat too much of it because I wasn't feeling too hungry, but yeah, it was alright, probably like a 5 or 6 out of 10. Apparently Cats has really good food. Oh yeah, the people next to me, like because I had the veggie option, so the people next to me, the meat eaters and also foreign, they had different taste buds. So it was like a new cuisine for them. They were not a fan of the food like at all. The people next to me and the one in front of me just did not eat their food like at all. And I was like, dang, fair enough. If you don't like it, no need to eat it. For dessert, it was kind of like a pretty sweet apple kind of custard type thing. It was nice. I'd say like 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. It was a dessert. It was sweet. Like what more could you want? And then they had like a tea round, but I kind of like no one took that much. Like barely anyone took tea or coffee. They were all like 17, 18. There were a couple of 15-year-olds in there, which was pretty crazy to be fair. But yeah, exciting group of people. And then after we just went, we cut. Everyone went back to their place. Oh yeah, basically the hostel was like a maybe 40-minute or 30-minute walk away from the place where we had to meet each time, which was kind of long. So I started to push like the bike motive to run the bikes around and stuff like that, which we'll come to later. So then get back to the hotel, sleep, whatever, get ready for the next day. The next day, we have to like wake up early. That's fine. We walk to the place, and it's the start of the actual kind of program. So it was initially kind of like assembly style vibes. Like they just gave information. They gave if you want to do economics at Cambridge, stuff like that, life at Cambridge, whatever, kind of along those vibes, I guess, which wasn't really that applicable to me, so I didn't really enjoy it that much. But I could tell the other people getting a lot of value from it, and it was also interesting to see like the inside point of view, stuff like that, which wasn't too bad. Like a tour around the Cambridge as well, so we got to see the different places. We saw the mathematical bridge. We just hit up. I think we went punting as well. So the guy on the boat gave us some good stories, some good backstories about the college. Also, seeing like the colleges on the river was actually so sick. Like they're actually probably some of the coolest buildings. I got back, I started my bike training. So I got the Voy app, put it in, whatever, set it up. When I first rode the bike, I was like, bro, what is this? I could not get the hang of it. So I put it down and I was like, yeah, I can't really do this. And then I walked like 2 meters and I was like, you know what? I got this. So I go back, I like do the whole thing again. And I start riding and I'm like, yeah, you know what? It'll probably be fine. So then I get the hang of it and I start enjoying it. So I go round and round, like just like practicing. Finally end my session, I put the bike away, and then I'm like, wait, how do I end it? I need my phone, right? I look in my pocket, my phone's not there. I check my other pocket, phone's not there. Then I trace my steps back to the last crossing, and I see it just on the floor, face down. I pick it up, it's completely smashed. The whole screen is just like white from all of the shattered like glass. I'm like, bro, this is so brutal. So then I go back to my thing. I pull out my laptop. I'm like, phone repair shops, whatever. I tell my parents like, yeah, phone's gone. I'm just gonna go fix it. So then I find a phone repair shop. I walk there, no maps, and I just, well, like obviously I checked it on the MacBook, but I was like navigating off memory, whatever. Make it there. Low key, actually, I don't think I did make it there. On the way, I just stopped at the first phone shop I saw. I have no clue if that's the one I was meant to go to. But yeah, got the guy to replace my phone. Bro said he replaced it for £60. The quotes I found online were like £100. So I was like, yeah, seems calm. Let me just do that, I guess. So guy repairs it, whatever. I wait, and then I cut. Then my Face ID doesn't work, and I'm like, yeah, fine. My Face ID, it fell on the floor. Like, obviously, it's not gonna work, right? So Face ID's gone. These are just minor setbacks. You know, my phone still works. Kind of the red hue is a little bit down as well. So on my screen, I look paler than I actually am, but it's whatever. I get myself some pizza as well. Then I asked the guy, "Do you do student discount?" He was like, "Yeah, sure, you can get like one of these whatever student discount." I sat down, and then I can hear the guys like shouting in the back, arguing in like Urdu or Hindi. I'm pretty sure it was Urdu. And then The guy was like, the guy you gave student discount to is not a student. I'm like, bro, and I am a student. But I could just hear him arguing in the back. I got my pizza anyway. Pizza was calm. Like, it's just standard pizza, to be fair. Made it back to my hostel and ate it in the place there. My whole diet for the whole week, I'm telling you, it was just M&S cookies and Tesco cookies. Like, at the beginning, I only got them to like evaluate which one was better, which one was worse. And then I ended up just eating them for the whole week. Like every single day, I just get a Tesco cookie or an M&S cookie. But yeah, that was the end of day 2. Then day 3 begins, and it's the exam. So like we have to do an individual written test at 9 a.m. And I woke up kind of late, and then I went to sleep, and then I woke up even later. And my friend had already left by that time. Bro didn't even wake me up, but it's calm. So I get ready as quick as I can. I realize I'm not gonna make it if I walk it. So I get the bike and I start biking it. And then I'm listening to my phone trying to tell me the directions from like my AirPods. And I'm just winging it, just going wherever it tells me to. Eventually I make it like 5 minutes late probably, but I park it right outside the entrance. This is an important thing to remember. Okay, I park the bike right outside the entrance and it lets me do it. It's calm. So then I go into the exam, whatever. I can't lie, I was kind of frauding in that exam because I had no clue what any of the finance terminology and stuff was. After the exam was finished, like everyone was talking about it, and I was like, yeah, sure, we all got the same probably, right? We did not. I did not get that. I did not do that well, apparently. Anyways. So then we move on to the actual finance part of the competition, which is like a stock pitch. So first they broke down what the stock pitch they wanted us to do, and like the requirements, stuff like that. And then at the end of the whole program, whatever, it ended around like 3 or something. They gave us our teams. So met up with the team, was just like hi, hello. Then everyone went their own ways. I don't remember what I really did after that. Let me consult the notes. I met one of my friends who goes to Jesus College, and so I got a private tour from Ryan. Shout out Ryan. He was like taking me to all of the places, and the college is actually so nice. Like Jesus is definitely one of the top tier colleges when it comes to just architecture and just layout, because they have all the gardens, they have like the different rooms, and low key, whenever you enter or exit from like one place, it feels like a completely different like location. So you have the courtyard, let's say like this square. If you come in from here, it looks and feels like a completely new area. If you come from here, like obviously that's the case. It looks different. You see a different thing, but yeah, you have to just be there to understand what I'm talking about, I guess. So the end of the day, we were meant to have decided on a stock to present. Yeah, something like that. We were meant to decide on a stock. Our group did not decide on a stock. So what ended up happening was, since I was staying in the hostel and all the international kids were staying up in North Cambridge in like Nova Hotel, whatever it was, they were staying in some hotel. So I couldn't really communicate with them as efficiently. Like we did make a WhatsApp group. So what I did was I got on the bike and I cycled from here. It was like a 35-minute, maybe 40-minute, maybe 30-minute cycle from where I was to the hotel, which was pretty calm, to be fair. Like I low-key didn't mind it. It's kind of daunting just in the dark, like whole new thing. But I made it there, fine, whatever. Then we start getting our stuff together, we start prepping, and then I don't know what we did. We just chatted or messed around or didn't really do anything for the next 4 hours. So it was already like 12 a.m. and we hadn't decided on a stop. Meanwhile, the group next to us had finished everything and they were starting to like get all their slides together, which was kind of crazy, kind of worrying, I guess, but not too deep when you're professionals like us. Anyways, it's like 12:30 and we finally decide to wrap up. We've got like a short list of stocks and then we go home. Oh, I can't lie. I made it home 1:30. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was a different day. So I made it fine 1:30, showered, whatever, went to sleep, stuff like that. And then the next morning, since I came home late and my other friend had like was like on time, whatever, he had already left again. It was the same situation. So naturally I'm like, calm, I'll just get the bike. So I get the bike, I hop in. This time I don't mess up. First time I took the wrong turn. This time I made it fine. Oh, I was probably late. I think I was late every single day after the first day. But yeah, I make it there. And then, oh yeah, that's why I was late. Because I have to I put the bike in the exact same place where I started, like yesterday, and it didn't let me park there. This is something that you need to know with the void thing. Whatever they're trying to trick you with the first couple of days, they let you park wherever you want for the first couple of days. Then after that, you have to park in their bays. So don't get baited out by that. Yeah, so I go to the nearest bay, and then I have to walk like 5 minutes back to get to the Jesus College or whatever, West Lodge, whatever it was. Make it there, do whatever, it's calm. We start prepping out the whole slide, we start planning. We finally decide on a thing, and then we start working on our slides for that. We get like a super rough draft. Like we spend so much time just looking at the industry, looking at the information, reading the same stuff over and over again. And yeah, it was pretty fun to be fair. I mean, we were definitely a bit slow, but it was still good fun, good teammates, the variation in the stock, stuff like that. And with the stock we picked, there was like a huge drop. Oh yeah, we picked Elf, if you heard of Elf. There was a huge drop in the stock, and when we researched it, it's because some reputable company that's known for outing fraud had like said that Elf was fudging their numbers. So everyone was like, "Oh, bro, what are you doing? You're fake," stuff like that. So Elf took a massive hit, and then we told the guy, and he was like, "Wait, those guys said that? Yeah, I can't let you finish." And then that was rough. We had to spend like a couple of hours trying to come up with arguments for that. So we just spent the whole day prepping stuff like that because this was the fourth. All of my friends were moving into Cambridge, or like my friends who were moving into Cambridge moved into Cambridge finally. So I met up with them, which was so calm. We went around, we checked out all the different colleges, hit up Trinity, hit up Claire's. So we got to see all the different colleges, which was pretty sick to be fair. Even Claire's cellar. And then we met like, oh no, oh no, in the cellar thing. Oh no, there was a yeah. And obviously, I did have a competition to meet my teammates for. Last time we met at like 8 or something, so I said yeah, sure, same time today. It was around probably 10 by the time I started leaving the parties to just go to the hotel. So I cycled there. The route that the map took me this time, it was so much better than the one like last time. I was going down some dodgy alleys, like pitch black stuff like that. This one was well lit. I had nice cycle roads. I had like a good thing, but I literally so it was completely dark. It says turn right, yeah. I'm like 1 minute away from the hotel, 2 minutes away from the hotel. So I turn right. Suddenly everything's like black, and I'm like, wait, where's the path? And then I see something like guided buses only, and I'm like, all right, I guess maybe it's fine because I'm a cyclist. So I'm still cycling down, and then suddenly I see something like black in the road, and I'm like, what is that? And then as I'm cycling, like there's like standard, it's an e-bike, like 20 kilometers, whatever, an hour. So I'm cycling. Suddenly I just see a massive hole in front of me. I'm like, what's this? So I swerved to avoid it. And I want to say I did avoid it, and that I comfortably like found the path, the cycle path. Oh yeah, since there was like a massive like green block of concrete just in the middle of the road, I was like, there's nothing on the other side. Surely it's just like a few. Yeah, I want to say I swerved around it and avoided it, but I didn't. Okay, I fell straight into that hole or whatever it was, and I was kind of rough to be fair. But I picked myself up, got on the actual, found the cycle path all the way on the right, made it there, cycled back to the hotel, and it's like what 10:30, and I finally meet up with my teammates. Obviously, they're annoyed because I showed up quite late, but then I went into like mega overdrive. Like we started banging work. We just started grinding through all of the stuff we had to do. Got all of the information, found all the slides, formatted all the slides. Had a couple arguments. Had a couple, I guess, fixing of the arguments. But yeah, we ended up iterating to our final product, which looked pretty nice to be fair. As someone who hadn't done like as a whole team who hadn't done any of this, we thought it looked pretty nice. So started leaving the place. I can't lie. I think I ended up leaving around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., something like that. Or at least that's when I made it back to the hostel. So it was kind of late minute. Oh yeah, basically I didn't pack any shampoo and my hair was getting kind of rough. So I asked the people at the desk, can I just get some shampoo and like body lotion, stuff like that? And they're like, yeah, sure, here, take this. So they gave me these huge like bottles. I was like, can I get some like disposable ones that I can actually like take out? And they're like, yeah, you can take these, it's fine. I was just shocked. So I just carried them in my backpack, had like a nice shower, then went to bed at like 4 or 5, having to wake up at like 7 the next morning. I did not wake up at 7 the next morning. I woke up again late, like 8, 8:30ish. That's when I meant to leave, by the way. I was late. This was the final day, so it was like the preparation. We had to do the final presentation of our stocks. So a bit rough, I guess. But we had like a good buffer. Like there was a good. I don't remember what happened in between, but we didn't really start straight away. Saw the judges. I didn't really get to meet him, but I saw one of the TikTokers, Daniel, and I was like, oh no way, it's that guy from TikTok. Yeah, never got to talk to him. Went through their presentations, whatever. Went through it, blah blah blah. Saw everyone else's. It was nice. It was nice. Did ours. Answered some questions, stuff like that. Finally, at the end, while they were doing their judging and their tallying scores, whatever, evaluating, we went out into the courtyard area, and everyone just started taking photos with each other, just like summarizing the event, stuff like that. Everyone got some nice photos. It was pretty cool actually, because a couple of people asked to take photos with me, and I want to say it's because they know I'm micro celebrity on TikTok. The ESAT videos. I really wanted to say it was because of that, but low-key I think it's because I was brown and they had never seen a brown person before, which probably wasn't the case. Hopefully it wasn't the case. It was just because I was such a cool person. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that was a pretty cool experience to just take photos with a bunch of people who are from different countries. We go back inside to get our final results. We go through the academic awards, stuff like that. Naturally, I didn't get any. Like everyone else smoked me, but it's whatever. It's how it is. And then they go through the presentation awards, and our group, after going from having absolutely nothing in the first 2 days and doing everything in the night before, we managed to secure third place, which was pretty crazy. I thought it was a great achievement, And now, low-key, I can just say top 3 internationally, by the way, top 3 internationally, and you can't dispute that since it is top 3 internationally. This the medal. It's pretty cool. And then they gave out another award or certificate, whatever, and it was for best speaker on the team. And the funny thing is that every team with a British national in it, the British national won the best speaker award, which I guess kind of a rigged system, but yeah, it was a good award to win. But yeah, I won it, just in case you couldn't tell. It wasn't really that much of a flex. It was a good event. Had a lot of fun. Definitely would recommend it. If you have the opportunity to go, definitely apply as well. Also, on one of the days, we were just eating our lunch just on the streets of Cambridge, stuff like that. And then some, I don't know, Chinese influencer, I don't know, she was a social media person. She asked us to interview what we knew about China and stuff like that, for just interview people in the streets of Cambridge for, I don't know if it was Douyin, something like that. So that was a pretty cool experience as well, just being approached on the street. Doing a fun interview. If anyone sees that around, let me know. I don't really have access to the app. Not sure if anyone else will either. Overall, solid experience. Would highly recommend. If you can apply, definitely do apply. Yeah.